We all know that Donald Trump is never going to, on his own free will, stop spreading the lie that the 2020 election was somehow stolen from him. And in the meantime, people across the country, election workers, secretaries of state, and their families are receiving death threats from crazed Trump supporters who believe that these individuals are not doing enough to overturn the election and put Donald Trump back in the White House. And this is not limited to liberals, by the way, folks. Republicans are getting death threats for not blindly supporting Donald Trump's big lie. A recent report that came out late last week from Reuters showed that Tricia Robbins, the wife of Georgia's Secretary of State Brad Rothenberger, received a death threat the evening of April 24th, got this text message, says, "You and your family will be killed very slowly." Received another one. "We plan for the death of you and your family every day." She got another one, even before those come in, that said, "You're going to have a very unfortunate incident." Now, we have discussed in the past as well that election workers, and this was back, November, December, people doing recounts, people even doing audits, were receiving death threats from crazed Trump supporters. "We're going to kill you because you're not overturning the election." And it doesn't matter what party these people actually belong to. Like I said, this is Brad Raffensperger, who also received threats. This is a guy who all he did was say, "I don't believe Trump's election lie," but then he helped push Georgia's oppressive voting bill. So even though he doesn't go along with Trump's big lie, he's still doing everything that a good little Republican would do, suppressing the rights of people in his own state. But that's not good enough. You have to be a member of the cult. Yeah, and in fact, the Georgia GOP actually just censured Raffensperger for not going along with Trump as well. So they're adding fuel to this fire. But there is no bigger arsonist adding more fire to the fire than Donald Trump himself. Again, another thing we've talked about here recently plenty of times is the fact that you have judges, the judges hearing the cases against the Capitol insurrectionists. And multiple judges have written in their rulings and their findings that as long as Trump is allowed to go out there and continue to spread this lie, we're going to see more violence. And it's going to get worse than what we saw on January 6th. They see these individuals, these feeble-minded, weak individuals, walking into their courtrooms, easily manipulated by Donald Trump's words. And those judges are warning us, I see it. I see it in this person's eyes. I can tell it from their personality. Things are going to get worse because of what the president is doing. And I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Libertarian or a Green or whatever the hell you want to call yourself. Nobody deserves to have death threats because of their political beliefs. Scorn, ridicule, mockery, sure. Have at it. But the death threats are getting out of control. I've seen a spike in the number that I get. David Pakman routinely posts things like that he receives. And I know from conversations with others in this industry, they're getting the same thing too. But we're not even getting it anywhere near as bad as what these election workers are getting for literally just doing their jobs. They're not out there spouting their opinions. They're not attacking anyone with their words or covering stories that are unflattering. They're just counting the damn ballots. They don't deserve any of this. But as long as Trump continues to spread the big lie, things are going to get bad until, as the judges are warning us, it all comes to a head. And that's not going to end well for anyone.